Hi there, this is Joanne from TrueAuthenticPower.com from Tapping.me, and I'm also the creator of the program Catapulting to Confidence. I wanted to do an audio today about parents, authority, experts, and gurus. And the reason I wanted to cover those bases is because a lot of the clients that come in, actually not a lot, all of the clients that come in have issues with 1, 2, 3, or all of them. And I think there's a misconception that starts early on in our life that parents have all the answers. They are the go-to, even if you don't agree with them. If you are really guided and controlled and told how and when and where to do it, and their way is the right way from the start with parents, let's just start there, you will take into your subconscious mind that they know, I don't, even if you don't agree with them, even if it doesn't feel right for you, you're powerless, you're a little child. And so that belief gets stuck of they must know, they're the adult, they know how to do what I need to have done, they know how to treat me. You get the idea of what I'm trying to say. They know, they should know, they're the experts. They're the authority, and that's not necessarily true at all. So if we go back to the earliest phase of learning before the age of 7, you download everything you see, feel, experience about life, about relationships, about success, about your intelligence, your capabilities, all of that. You learn through your environment around you as a download without any thinking about it. I've said this in a number of podcast audios that I've done. The problem with that is that you do need to learn a lot in a rapid fashion when you're little. That doesn't mean it's all going to be good. And so if you have taken on the belief of regardless of if it doesn't feel right for me, they know best, you could be really needing to unravel some of that in your adult years. And here's why. They are doing what they know to do, what they were taught to do, right or wrong, good or bad, effective or not. They tend to teach what they have learned, just like you tend to teach what you have learned, or I tend to teach what I have learned. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, that it's beneficial, that it's going to bring you the kind of life that you want, the kind of skills that you want, the kind of belief in yourself that you need to have a thriving, successful life. You may have learned how to struggle, how to just survive, how to fight the next force that comes at you, how not to be supported or to feel like there's no compassion for you. You see what I'm saying? It's not necessarily that they have all the answers, because they probably, and not probably, they don't. They don't have all the answers. And especially given your makeup, your needs, your love language, your just internal functioning of what you need and how you need it to be delivered. Nobody really knows that but you. So here's where the problem starts, is that if you took on that belief of they should have known what I needed, or they should have given me what I needed, or they were supposed to know, that's where you get into trouble, because those beliefs now create a resistance, a resentment, a frustration, anger, hatred. Just describe any kind of negative emotion if you didn't get what you needed, and then the blame comes. They should have known better. It's their fault that I'm so messed up. It's their fault that I didn't learn this. Well, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, because after a certain age, when you start learning about energy and your beliefs and all that kind of stuff, now it becomes your mission, your thing to take care of. They did the best that they could, or maybe in a lot of ways, they did a horrendous job. And people teach what they've learned. It just goes that way. So you may have also have developed from that beginning early childhood of authority knows best. And that includes teachers, that includes churches, that includes mentors, coaches, whatever. The experts, same thing. The experts that you see online. I can't believe all the ads that are so full of, this is what you've got to do. And the name calling if you don't do it that way, or the tags of you must be lazy or unwilling to work hard if you don't do this, or work hard, or if you don't do it the way I'm telling you, or if you don't do it the way we've all been shown how to do it. Oh, it gets so weary to even just see that stuff, let alone listen to the barrage. Someone like me who is trying to coach, I may give you suggestions, I may give you thoughts to consider, and maybe at some point in time I have used that same kind of language of just do it, just do it. I've learned better, and I know that you've got to figure out that combination that works for you. There are some gurus on YouTube who are just so no compassion, steamrolling, almost bullying to take their point of view. When you are sending someone like me 5 emails a day, that is not about me. That is all about what you want. And I don't care how you spin it, how you say it. That is not about me. I did not ask to be that. I did not ask to be the target of all of that. That's what you decided to do. And these people are followed in droves as if they're cloning. When I don't hear any words about peace, joy, enjoying your life, enjoying the journey, having a good time, it's all about push and hard work. And my point is, whether you got that influence from parents, authority figures in addition to your parents, from experts, from gurus, who's helping you listen to what you need? Because nobody knows what you need more than you. And if you have never been encouraged to tune into that, to look at your beliefs, to see what you were raised to think is normal, might not be normal for you at all, but you were raised to think that's the way it goes. That's what you're supposed to do if you're a good person. That's what you're supposed to do if you're a God-fearing, God-loving, put the tag, whatever the tags are. This is how you're supposed to act, and that's the only way to do it. I think that is very detrimental to a large number of people. And it sets up a belief that you know more than I do. That because you're the parent, the expert, the authority figure, the guru, you're going to know more what I need than I know. And I think that's a really detrimental path. And it takes people a long time to unravel or undo some of the detrimental effects of that. So I just wanted to do this audio today just to say, how much are you in tune with what you need? When you see some of the guru ads that apply to some of the things that you're considering, how does it feel for you? Does it sit right for you? I know I've mentioned this in many other things when I was in sales, that I was told this is how you had to do it. This is what you had to do. This is how you had to go and see them and spend time with them. And I did it completely differently. It proved to be very successful for me. And I didn't jump through the hoops like other people did. Same thing with the stuff that I'm doing now. There are protocols, supposedly, for energy work, and this is how you're supposed to do it. And, I tend to use different energy techniques than maybe somebody else might. For me, that's what has proven success to me, that I've seen. That doesn't mean it's right for you. So even if I'm saying things of try this or try EFT or try energy therapies or whatever it is that I'm suggesting, if they don't feel right to you, they're not right. Move on, find somebody else that does land with you. Because when you align with people that feel right to you, and I'm talking about any kind of family relationships, friendships, love relationships, business relationships, if they don't feel right, you are automatically fighting an internal force. Nobody likes to be dictated to. Nobody likes to be told, this is how you have to do it, unless you have the belief of they know better than I. And I think you might be kind of setting yourself up for everybody else to control and run your life, more so than what is it I like to do? What is it I like to be in life? How do I want to live? How do I want to function? What kind of relationships do I like? What feels good to me? Not what you were raised to believe, although that can work. I'm not saying it's all bad of what you were raised with, but there are some people who have had horrendous upbringings that none of that would be healthy or right for them. but they haven't found a mentor or somebody else who can say, tune into what feels right for you. If it feels wrong to you, there are a couple reasons that could be happening. One is it's bucking up against your belief that says somebody else knows better than you. Or there's something in your intuition that says, this isn't quite the right fit for me. It doesn't feel right. They don't feel right. You can always take somebody's information and use some of that without jumping in and joining forces with them and following them and doing everything the way they do. My point is, I would like to see more people just explore who they are and have coaches or people that are helping you, me, anybody, to explore those things, not to dictate or push or bully or arm wrestle you to do something that you don't feel is right. Through the years, most of my clients have had to undo that kind of upbringing, that kind of influence, that kind of detrimental, feels like it's bullying kind of action to figure out, what is it I want? What is it I'm doing? Like I said, not all upbringing or authority or experts or gurus are bad. It's just that if it doesn't feel right for you, move on. There's a slew of people that you can learn about, follow, be intrigued about, and see how it fits. And there may be multiple people through different points of time. My point is, I think it's really important, given what I've seen in my office, and this is from my point of view, so take it or leave it, that you just don't need to go after the most popular, the most verbal, the most, one with the most bravado. That doesn't necessarily mean it's right for you. That means that's their style. That's what they do. But if it lands in an awkward way for you, that's probably not just about learning. It could be flags saying, this isn't the right person. I would suggest that something that could be very beneficial is when you hear something that resonates with you, when it gives you a different understanding, when it helps you explore who you are and what you're about, rather than the push and the dictation and this is what you have to do. It's just another way to consider, and this may not feel right to you either. There are some people that want to be told what to do and how to do it and when to do it. I personally am not one of those people. And those kind of people that do that, who are, whether they have been a parent or an authority figure or an expert or a guru, that doesn't work for me. Maybe it does for you, and that's okay too. It has to feel right, and that you're enjoying what you're doing and that you're getting some value, so that you don't turn around someday and say, what the heck was I doing? And that you get so ticked off and so in a rebellion mode. That happened a lot sooner than 20 years from now. I guarantee it. Those patterns start early. They don't start later. They start early, and then they build upon the next episode and the next episode and the next episode. Food for thought, something to rattle around, something to consider. Consider who you're looking at to give you answers. You can learn from some of their skill set without following every single thing that they do. I've learned from a lot of people that I don't necessarily agree with. There are bits and pieces that they do know that I find valuable. That doesn't mean I have to follow them hook, line, and sinker. Just a suggestion, just something to consider, so that someday you don't end up saying, what the heck was I thinking, following and listening to everything that they said and completely ignoring what I needed. So if you have a specific question, if you have an audio that you need more explanation about or are curious about, or have something that you want to know about tapping, you can always drop me an email, Joanne at trueauthenticpower.com. If this train of thought resonates with you, you can always subscribe to my channel and put on the alert so that when I send out new videos, new audio videos, you'll be able to listen to them and maybe glean something from what I'm saying that might help you. That might help you uncover who you really are, what you need to do, and how to have a more joyful life. Leave me a comment. What do you think about this? Have you followed some parents, authorities, experts, and gurus that you thought, what the heck? This just isn't me. It doesn't feel right. But you think you're supposed to keep following them? Have you done that? I've done it. If it didn't work for me, maybe other people will be going off, off the rails of what they really need to do. Just a thought, just a suggestion. Until our paths cross again next time. Bye-bye for now.